I really expected this to be like have more effort
What?
put into it.
What are you talking about?
Well, just like we got like this candle and your costume's not the. It's not a lot of effort into it, you know. That's what I'm saying.
I'm green though.
Well, yeah, but we're trying to make.
What are
this
you
a-
supposed to be? A noir detective or something stupid?
I'm Columbo, dude. You know,
Oh,
you know
okay.
Columbo. You know. of
Yeah, I
70s?
know Columbo.
Yeah. Well, what are you supposed to be?
Do you not know who I am?
Who? What are you? Just green on your face, dude.
Dude, I
Green
woke up
shirt?
at 7 a.m. to do this, which for a Saturday is really early.
Yeah, but I don't care how long it took you to do. It's the end product, and I don't think it shows that you put any effort into this special, dude.
Look, this is a collaborative effort. Like
Yeah.
we're you know,
No,
if we're gonna make
and
this
look how great this collaboration is. We got this candle, we got the screen. That's it. We got you green. You're looking green. That's it. You blend into the freaking green background, dude.
I bust my ass every day to make this show happen. I get up at 7 a.m. and I put green on my face. What more could you possibly want from me? What? Oh, sorry, there's no pumpkin. Sorry, we don't have a spooky skeleton or anything along those lines. Look, I woke up and I wanted to be a goblin, and so I'm a goblin.
You're a goblin?
I'm a goblin.
But how are you? Because you're green, but that's it.
Yeah. I mean, what? Yeah, what else does a goblin have to do? I have to have a goblin's chest. Do I have to run around and go "Whoa!" to be a goblin to you?
Well, I mean, I guess I'm not the judge of
Look,
what is.
when people talk about Halloween, what do they talk about? They talk about ghouls. They talk about goblins. I see a lot of ghouls running around on Halloween. Your Freddy Kruegers, you know, your black cats, and etc. But no goblins. There's no goblin representation in Halloween anymore, and I wanted to bring that back.
And you think that you're the guy to do goblin representation? Because what I'm seeing now,
I'm a weird little dude.
What I'm seeing right now is equivalent to goblin blackface that you're doing. That's not representation.
That's low-hanging fruit joke right there that you're making.
No, all I'm saying is this is not representation. This is mocking. You're making a joke out of goblins. Okay? And are goblins a joke to you?
I mean, they are little funny guys.
It's true. It's true. But, you know, again, do you think this is the platform? Do you think you are the person to be the goblin guy right now? I want you to think about that.
We don't have to do this. We don't have to do this show.
I spent a lot of money on this costume, getting this all put together. Brought some people out here to record the thing. I mean, we got to do it.
Can you apologize?
All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I made fun of your goblin thing. Sorry about the goblin thing. And I'm sorry about the blackface joke. I know it wasn't a good joke. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Do you want to do something funny to start it off or something? I don't know.
I'm a little goblin.
I've been watching finance Instagram and learning how to make money by telling other people how to make money.
Which is the greatest grind of all time, right? You know.
And the best part is when they hook religion into it. They're like, men of God, are you fleecing suburban gentlemen for money? Are you? It's insane. And they're like, God will help you make $100 million a year. And it's like, this is prosperity gospel. But
are you
MLM.
rubbing
so
your hands
cool.
together and saying excellence?
Yeah.
You know, you're like, it's important to have some excellence in your life. You know, it's important to enjoy the finer things.
Yeah. It's weird because it's kind of like they're kind of like chastity speakers, where in the back of your mind, you know someone's not getting laid at all, and that's why all this is happening.
So they're so frustrated about the fact that they're
this-
not making money that they got to go talk to other
People
about
how
it.
they're making
Yeah,
money?
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about
Oh, I mean, it definitely means the marriages are gone to crap too. I definitely think that it's the same issues. It's just like your wife isn't giving you anything, so you're going out seeking it from other men. That's fine.
I think
the tale as old as
I
time.
one of my
respect it.
favorite things about chastity speakers is that chastity speakers have to continually assure you how hot their wife is. Have you noticed
Classic.
this?
Yeah, I love this bit.
Every time they get up, they're like, guys, I know it's tough out there to be chased. I mean, look at my wife. And then they'll, put their wife up on the screen or something, and they'll be like, yeah, dude, I know how tough it is. We waited till marriage, and let me tell you, man, it was real tough, and they really just want you to
But
know.
dude, late career chastity speakers is the greatest thing ever we had to look forward to, because it'll be like, you should never have sex before marriage because she will leave you.
The guy just starts breaking down crying.
I had a family.
I like the idea of a guy like sitting down in a chair. Like he brings a chair out, he flips it over, he sits there, he's like, let's wrap. She'll take you for everything you have.
Listen, I just want to let you know, bitches, first off, don't deal with them whatsoever.
Yeah,
Not before
yeah.
marriage, not after.
It's
Not worth it.
the finance bro guys. They're like, last year I made $100 million, which means I made $50 million. She's gone, guys.
Beautiful.
Look, if you have kids, don't put your name on the birth certificate. That's all I'm gonna say. I just wiped my nose. I got green on my hands. I think that for the next few months, I'm gonna be finding green places because. I'm surprised. I feel kind of bad at being near this audio equipment. I bought some latex ears. I didn't put them on though because I was a little worried that they would break with the headphones. But
Yeah. That's for later.
that's for later. That's
That's
for the party.
that's for the late night times.
Yeah,
Put the
yeah.
ears on. Babe, put the ears on.
That's something that I've never understood about guys who have like a cosplay thing. Like they're attracted to women in cosplay because it's like, hey babe, I was hoping like later tonight, wink wink, and she's like, damn, and goes into her bedroom, like takes out the latex, spends 25 45 minutes applying makeup, putting the ears on, all that thing, and it's like that's way too much
Well, hey,
work.
if somebody loves you, they're willing to go, heaven and
the
earth.
extra mile, as
Yes,
they say.
exactly.
The
right?
extra mile.
And frankly, I don't want to, date and or marry somebody who isn't willing to do such a thing.
Okay, all right.
Gentlemen, find you a girl.
Find a girl who cooks and cleans and also makes all your money.
Yes, and is also very hot.
Yeah.
And is very hard to stay chased around.
Yes, exactly. So Joe, this is the Monomaniac Spooktacular. I think we're gonna change the way that we say Spooktacular.
Yeah.
Or Monomaniacs Halloween Special. I don't know. Whatever it is. So what kind of a weird and spooky topic did you bring for us today?
Oh, dude, I didn't even know.
What? Is it not spooky?
Look, I'm just really happy you guys have this show, man. It's really cool.
Are you totally unprepared? You said you brought notes.
When I made that single donation to the Patreon, and then you guys gave me this privilege, that was so cool. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
The spookiest thing of all, mundanity. Mediocrity.
Oh, goodness. No, I never told him he needed to prepare anything,
Oh,
so it's
okay.
my bad. It's my bad.
I was hoping. Well, what have you heard any spooky tales lately? You told us you watched a
Spooky
particularly
tales.
spooky movie last night.
Yeah. What was that about?
Yeah, it's NSFW though. It's not safe for work, but I watched a movie last night about. So my roommate and I were watching Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
Roommate, well, he lives
yeah.
above me, but we watched Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and we were shocked by how 2005 that movie
Truly,
was.
yes.
Like every shot was fine. Like every shot was
Yeah.
framed.
It is
fine.
the downturn of cinema that came post 9/11. Just that period of just sadness
Yeah.
and standard static shots.
So it actually, I'm curious. You guys remember that movie where the woman would pretend to be drunk and then bring people back home and like rob them or something or kill them? You remember this? What was this called? What?
Gone
No,
Girl.
it wasn't Gone Girl. Somebody in the peanut gallery have an answer to this?
Seinfeld did an episode like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seinfeld did an episode like that. Apparently,
This is early 2000s. This just sounds like any day in New York City. This does not
Yeah.
sound like.
I'm trying to
this
remember,
particular
'cause
film.
it was advertised as this, like powerful drama, right? And I saw somebody watching it on the plane, which I feel like we talk about people watching movies on the plane
all the
every
time.
episode
Yeah.
on the show. But I saw somebody watching it on the
It's the
plane,
best way to watch
and it
them.
looked like it was filmed like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It was the flattest, most boring thing I've ever seen in my life. In the advertisements, there was like EDM music.
Oh,
and-
that was it was like the girl boss, like
yeah, the girl boss
advertising, yeah.
slay sort of thing. And the
Mhm.
funny thing about that movie, one of the weirdest things about that movie is that the love interest is played by Bo Burnham.
No.
It's played by Bo
yes.
Burnham. The love interest is played by Bo Burnham, and the whole thing kind of revolves around the sexual assault that was captured on tape. And the guy's getting married, and this woman wants to take revenge on him, and it's like this big plot. But underneath the plot is a rom-com happening the entire time.
Yeah.
Right? Where there'll just be shots of them like at the grocery store eating, like buying groceries. It's flat lighting, flat
And you
shooting.
guarantee they just like put a camera up and they're like, Bo Burnham like improvised something.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
don't care.
Well, the funny thing is that the twist at the end of the movie is that Bo Burnham was there.
filming in the corner.
In the corner, and so then it's like that she has to like say, Bo Burnham, I hate your guts, and we never can talk again because you're a scumbag, and you're just looking at Bo Burnham. I can't buy scumbag Bo Burnham outside
Yeah.
of just being a regular
he could
famous person scumbag.
Yeah. I mean, he could exude incel energy. I think he's got that within him.
No, he was supposed to be hunky,
I have
like
never.
the strong, like the sensitive hunk.
Okay,
Bo
Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
See, this
Okay.
is where all comedians can one day hope to act. Is in that area, like you, Joe. One day you could be like Jack Black in the many rom-coms for some reason that Jack Black is in.
That could be you.
I don't know. I already feel like I failed this audition, so
It's all
It's
good.
okay. Well, actually,
I did a sketch recently. It was so
what
bad
are on your notes?
for me. Everyone else did great.
What are actually?
Where are my notes? Well, it's Chad. You've been talking a lot about how
Yeah.
I love how I just immediately like Dylan's like, oh, I see
Yeah.
where this is going. We lived together, right? We lived together
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a while.
Oh,
and,
you're trying to bring up some.
there's been a lot of
some dirt.
Okay. All right.
there's been a lot of comments
Yeah.
made, and I think it's time, Shad. I just want you to say for the record, are you a nasal supremacist?
Exactly.
Because I made fun of you for not being able to smell.
Honestly, you're ableist.
Just because your nose works.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, 100%. I'm actually willing to say that on the record.
Wow. Okay.
Looking in the camera right now. You want me to look in the camera?
Looking-
People who can't smell can't vote, or at
Or
least
shouldn't.
shouldn't vote. Because if you're going to be voting for, say, like putting in a new sewer system, well, you have no skin in the game because maybe that sewer system you're not going to be able to smell. That's all I'm going to say.
Wow.
It's like how people without
I will
property.
say
should be able to vote. Same
It's like putting deaf people near airports. It's kind of convenient
actually,
for
yeah, I
society.
wonder why we don't do more of that. Like I understand because that's like segregation in a certain capacity, but why not put people who aren't negatively affected, like your house where you live, 23. I'm not going to say the actual address, but that apartment, I live there, and we were a block away from the hospital. I sometimes I prayed that I was deaf for how much noise that made. So I don't know. Maybe that's where we should put deaf people.
Wow.
Should round them all up.
Sandy is looking incredibly alienated right now.
Well, I'm just like seeing this is, Shad becomes the Jordan Peterson of the five senses. Like,
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Man.
Goodness. Well, okay. Joe.
So wait, was that the only thing you wrote on that note card? Because you were flipping it around, looking like you had a lot of notes.
The second note says clothes. I don't know what I was told with that bit.
How did you spell clothes?
Yeah.
Probably just upset that Shad wore clothes
Yes.
Okay.
in the
Yeah.
Well,
apartment.
I didn't have
I don't
enough
know. I
paint
was
to
tired,
go
guys.
over my whole body. So
Yeah.
imagine if I rolled up like that.
Yeah.
Fully green. I think I have too much chest hair for that. I have too much facial hair for this. So I imagine
Yeah.
it'd be a little
On
rough.
top of that, it would be a little,
Yeah.
too rough. But
I'll give you the spooky story. So we watched Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, okay,
terrible, but it's not like bad. It's like we realized the 2000s was a weird time. Mr. and Mrs. Smith is basically Eyes Wide Shut for poor people. It's a poor man's Eyes Wide Shut because it's just a couple that doesn't really do anything the whole movie, and then at the end they're like, we should probably fix our marriage. Like that's it. Except in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, they're shooting guns all the time, which also like what?
Yeah.
Like, back then you could just spray guns and not show anyone getting shot, and it was like that was movies.
it was a better
People were like,
time,
hell
yeah, because it was family friendly in a way.
Yeah.
Regardless of how many firearms there were. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's so much extra fat on 2000s movies because it was the only time you were really watching movies was in that theater. There was no TikTok moments. There was no viral clips. So like Spider-Man, for instance, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man has a whole arc where it's just sad montage for like a portion of the movie.
Sammy, do you agree with this
you
about
had
that?
to feel sad at some point.
wait, about Sam Raimi's Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Wait, well, are you talking about the raindrops?
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying... I think so. Yeah, I'm not saying it's
Well, it's
bad,
a
but like that
happy
was
montage.
interesting that they put that in there.
Feel real
We
good
have the
about-
free. We have the freeze frame there.
Yeah, you have a lot of room, I think, back in the day for more fat. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But
Right.
at the same time,
Which is nice.
but,
I think
movies
it was
were way
fun.
shorter. Like,
And
how
then-
long is Sam Raimi's Spider-Man? Like 170 minutes.
Hopefully
maybe?
2 hours.
It's definitely under 2 hours.
Yeah, under 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, 170
Yeah,
minutes
that
is
is
3 hours. What are you doing? What are you doing
I'm
here?
sorry. I'm sorry.
Get him out of here. But so we need a palate cleanser.
Okay.
So we put on this movie called The Night Porter. It's from 1974. It's set in 1957, and it's about this. It's a romantic story
Okay.
about
Yeah. Capital R or lowercase?
a man.
Romance.
Probably capital.
Okay.
It was-
keep going.
it
Keep
was,
going.
yeah,
Don't let him interrupt you.
Sorry, my bad.
This. No, I'm trying to choose my words carefully. Okay, we're on a podcast, it's a family show. But basically, a man and a woman met, and the man treated the woman a little harshly,
Okay.
and she later falls in love with him.
Okay.
And they reconnect later. He's working at a hotel, and she basically is cheating on her husband with him. And they do these cute things, like she'll break a glass on the floor and he'll walk on it, and then they'll make out.
So you described this before the show as a Nazi movie. Okay. So what's the
So-
angle there?
So it does happen that like he was a Nazi and she was one of his prisoners.
It's like a whole different.
But like it's,
What?
I mean, dude, love is love.
And Chris is heavily breathing the whole time you're watching this movie.
And in the background, my roommate started breathing a lot during the background of the movie, which the movie is a lot of nude scenes. So I was like, what? And
Man.
but his breathing climaxed with a snore, and I was like, oh,
Okay. Yeah,
He just fell asleep. How do you fall asleep?
But a
during
lot
that
of
movie? Was it during the walking on glass section? That was about a low point for it, right?
Yeah.
I think it was. Actually. I was like, what?
The thing is, for
Yeah.
him,
Chill.
this is
This is
for him,
painful.
it's just benign, right? This is just nothing.
Yeah.
Sorry, banal.
But
Well, for him, that's a normal relationship.
the whole time I'm thinking, was it like a Pain thing or was it a John McClane thing? You know, was he
yeah.
like, babe, I love it when you're John McClane?
John McClane
Yeah.
Simulator.
Beautiful.
Walking on broken glass.
Yes. See, get you a woman who will cosplay as John McClane and walk across glass for
Yes.
you, right?
You got to
See?
put the bald cap on. Do
Yeah.
the whole thing.
And you're watching like this graphic
Yeah.
movie, and the whole time, all we could think about was how great the shots were. We're like,
Dude,
is-
this sounds like copium, dude. This sounds like you're trying to justify what you
Dude.
were doing.
Yeah.
no. Like we were audibly like, oh my gosh, this is so much better.
Dude, I don't care how audible you were about it, man. Like that was you were coping and trying to justify it to the other person in the room in that moment.
That's
dude.
true. That's true. The only reason you guys were talking.
No, this was before we got into all the nonsensical scenes, like just the intros to it.
Nonsensical. It,
It
all
was
makes a
like,
lot of
oh, this
sense to
is-
me. I don't know about you.
Okay. So what were some lessons you gleaned from this movie?
Yeah. Because you're in a relationship.
Um,
And so what kind of guidance do you think it provided you?
Yeah.
And how you should manage your relationship?
It did have that that one tick that I find fascinating in romantic scenarios is that like how do you say Stanley Kubrick?
Yeah,
Kubrick?
Yeah.
The Kubrick stare. Like women will give you that at some
according
point.
to this movie.
And like you can try to like make jokes and stuff. They're not laughing anymore. It's go time. And like she does that often in the movie. Like, yes, walk on the glass. Walk on the glass. We're gonna get sensual. And I'm like it's weird, right? It looks like they're gonna murder you, but no, it's
It
love.
is love.
And
Okay, so
that's really
I think you
wholesome.
probably learned that there's a fine line between pleasure and pain and
Yes.
love, right?
You should have just watched Hellraiser.
Yeah.
The new Hellraiser.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the girl Pinhead. The Pinhead's a girl now.
Finally, diversity in my hell demons.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get Amazon Basics basketballs, which I love the idea of like rolling up to the neighborhood court where the Amazon Basics ball.
They make good stuff.
Yeah,
Really?
it's exactly. Yeah,
I mean, all my China wear is Amazon.
really. Your China, your fine China.
My daily China, my fine China, it's all the same.
I don't think you call like a plate China unless
Yeah.
it's got like a
It says-
Regency drama.
Well, it says
painted
made
on
in
it.
China, Amazon basic.
Oh,
so
there
I,
you go.
I think it works.
Exactly. Anything made in China is China.
Exactly.
If you eat
Sure.
off a plastic plate made in China, it's
that's
technically
That's
China.
China.
Yeah,
That
it
is-
might not be fine China,
That's true.
but it is China.
There you go. Well, you said, are
What
you
if it was
a-
China spelled with a Y and it was a pro wrestler from the 80s? I'm eating off of China.
Boy, my dinner guests be surprised.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh goodness! If you knew what China looked like, yeah, you would be.
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah, you would be.
Oh goodness! No, so you were saying, are you a bachelor who has fine china in their home? Do you have actual fine china?
I bought it off of a bachelor who was getting married, and he sold it for.
Wait. You're telling me that you got Amazon basic products secondhand?
Yeah. It was.
Brant.
It's sort of against the purpose of it all, isn't it?
I don't know. I mean, I had nothing. I was living with 3 guys. They all moved away. I
Yeah.
realized I owned.
He was a broken man.
That's
He was
true.
at the bottom of his rope. He was
He-
eating rats.
He even gave me an Amazon basic bamboo silverware organizer.
Wow.
wow, bamboo.
Bamboo.
Nothing more
expandable. Bamboo. Amazon basic
I
silverware.
mean, it was at least grown in China,
Yeah.
at the very least.
And that's authentic. You know,
that's 100% authentic.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want it grown in Thailand or something along those lines.
No.
You know that Thai bamboo, dude. You can't trust it. Don't trust the Thai bamboo.
My silverware will not be anywhere near as organized.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
I like
okay.
the idea of there actually being. I bet you there's a bamboo expert.
Bamboo.
Spurt. A bamboo spurt.
Yeah, bamboo for the Halloween special.
Yeah, that is the joke. Yeah.
I like
Moving on.
Yeah, I like the idea of a guy like biting a big chunk of bamboo and being like, "It's Thai," spitting it out.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
you go. I went through Cambodia on the way here, I think. We'll stop there.
At least 3 pandas walked by it.
Yeah.
The child that weaved this basket out of bamboo was half Chinese, half Japanese. Oh, interesting. All right. Next.
Man.
Everybody claps.
Yeah. How you doing, Brantis?
Yeah.
Doing good.
What are you dressed as? What's going on?
So, since I was in high school, I've been told I look like Sean Astin.
Yeah.
He's
you
my
do.
celebrity twin. The way it was discovered, I had a teacher in Spanish in high school who was
Egads! I've done it. I've figured it out.
a professor, Senor Respecki, and he was bent on finding every student's celebrity twin, and I was a puzzle to him for a while.
I feel like that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It was, but he was a fun guy. You know? And,
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of those teachers that are weird, in quotes, little have a little problems. They tend to be the funny ones. They tend to be the cool teachers in quotes. You know.
Yeah.
well, he was cool.
Well, okay.
For the
well,
special.
yeah. Oh, for the special. Okay.
Yeah.
I just imagine him sitting at a computer, and on one image, on one monitor, he's got a picture of you, and on the other, he's got this list of celebrities that he's scrolling
He
through.
just keeps Googling. It's like, nope.
No, but then also you can imagine, him, with Sally, on one of those, and it's like,
Yeah.
this is not,
Well,
this is not cool.
So at the end of the day, I don't think he actually found them for everybody. I think he
Oh.
only his favorites he selected.
Oh,
that's a
lot
lot
deeper.
Yeah, yeah,
His
yeah. So,
favorites.
I was
come
an
come
accelerated
over to my
freak.
place, Brett. You're one of my favorites. I found your celebrity twin.
Well, so he didn't reveal it quite like that, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
He
Was it like a gender reveal party?
Yeah, yeah.
no, actually, it was really a surprise. We were learning our verb translations, and
Yeah.
he had
Wow,
it up
cool.
he had up on a slide, and he
Very
was just flipping
sweet.
through slide to slide on vocab and verbs, and all of a sudden, a picture of Sean Astin pops up, and he just says in Spanish, "S2." I was like, "What?" He's like, "That's your celebrity twin." Moving on. He's like, I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I found it. Just everyone just needed to know that."
Yeah.
Moved on.
All right. So okay.
but moving forward.
Yeah. Moving forward, your celebrity twin is Sean
But,
Astin.
yeah, and so one of his most iconic roles is playing Rudy.
Yeah.
The story of Rudy Rudiger and walk on at Notre Dame, a real life story. And so this is this jacket, the sweater, the football, all kind of is Rudy.
So I may be kind of speaking ahead of myself here, but I think this is the 5th time you've dressed up as Rudy for Halloween.
It is only the second. It is the third time this year,
Yeah.
but it is only the second for Halloween.
Yeah, there you go.
But I've talked about it endlessly because it's I've got the stuff. It's easy.
Yeah, and you move around enough, you can surprise new people with
Oh,
it.
exactly.
Yes.
Nobody knew. I went to a Halloween party where I live back in Chicago, and nobody knew.
Mhm.
Everyone.
Did you pick up any Catholic biddies at this party?
I talked to one.
Wow.
Whoa.
Brant talked to a girl? Stop the
singular
presses.
There's some Brant progress going
But
on.
I've messaged a few women, so
Oh, I heard that you're paying for premium now.
yeah, I was twisted into it.
Twisted. Wow, you are twisted, Brant. You're a
Yeah.
sick little character.
A goblin, if you will.
$60 is a lot of money, I'll tell you.
Yeah, a
But-
month?
No. It was a fall special.
Oh,
Wow.
fall in love.
Yeah, $10 a month
$10 a
for
month.
6 months.
Mm.
Okay.
I got 6 months. I'm not paying
To
for the
live,
second
yeah.
round.
After that
Yeah.
6 months, you can basically just sign off as a bachelor for life. In that
Yeah,
instance.
pretty much.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you got a timer going.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that clock's ticking.
Well, it's kind of like when I was forced into paying for it, I was going to do it anyway. It reminds me, there's this like website where if you also want to lose weight, like they're motivated. You bet on how much weight you're going to lose in a time frame,
Nice.
and so you feel the pressure you have to pay the website. So same thing with it. I don't have to pay anybody, but like now I'm buying into it, so I got to do
I
something.
like the idea of that, you betting like $3,000 or something crazy, and then you put the money in, and then you're not losing the weight, but then somebody calls you and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna repo your car." So like somebody's doing the wrestling, like you're just like wearing plastic bags, you're running, you're like just not drinking water, you're emaciated, just trying to keep your car.
But like if like they repo your car, like well then I can't drive to McDonald's, so I might actually lose the weight.
There you always on the bright side, Brant.
Always on the
Yeah,
right
always,
side,
always,
but
yeah.
you're still gonna lose your $3,000. So I don't know.
That's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
goodness.
But
I'm sorry, guys. I got to make weight for $25.
There's a
Oh,
lot
man.
of stakes. So you've been messaging girls.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What are some opening lines?
Why
Spooky.
it's spooky?
Spooky.
It's
Wait, you got
for
some
the
s-
episode, of course.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
spooky for the
for the
episode.
sake of the episode.
Yeah. But
What's scarier than girls? Or
Messaging
ghouls?
It's whatever. It's
well, I mean, has there been any traction? Has this led to anything?
not yet.
Okay,
But-
all right, always the optimist.
There's
Yeah.
again on the app when you message somebody, if they aren't paying for it, they can't see it unless you like their page and they like your page.
Yeah.
And so you also can't see unless you're paying for it who liked your page. So if you message someone and you like their page, but they haven't seen you or seen your profile or liked
Yeah.
it, they can't see it. So it's some of it is just waiting. But
Wait, has anybody liked your profile?
yes.
Making the first move, as they say.
Yeah.
But, well, you weren't interested?
No.
Oh, Brant feels like he can be picky.
Yes,
Yeah,
Brant's got high
I've
expectations
thrown out a lot
for.
of likes. I just haven't gotten the ones that I've thrown out to haven't reciprocated back. So
See, Brant's got high expectations for a man that pays for premium dating content. That's all I'm saying.
anyway, so I'm Sean Astin.
Yeah.
Goodness.
So tell us, do you have a spooky topic other than girls to speak on today? What? What's so funny about girls?
I don't know.
You flustered him. You feel-
No.
Stop it, Chad! You're scaring him.
I'm trying to find a way to say a line that I thought was funny. When I
Yeah.
saw you in green, I thought I'm green dabba dee dabba da. It's just so stupid.
Yeah,
you should have kept that to yourself. That's all I'm gonna say.
There's a little guy.
That's why I'm turning
His
all
car
red.
is green.
Oh man. No, I was curious what your guys' thoughts actually were on Halloween costume for people to dress up like political figures, like not as
Okay.
adults, but where adults make their kids dress up as modern day political people.
Or just even adults making
Or
their
even-
kids dress up as like musicians from when they were kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that's very silly. I think it's very silly, but at the same time,
Well, who's their costume for? Because it's not for them because they do not care. Right.
They might
At
think- they
some
might-
age.
hey,
At
wait,
some age.
they might think they care.
True.
You know?
I mean, it's also probably
But then you could also manipulate your child into believing, that their costume's awesome regardless. Right.
That's true.
Yeah. Because it's all about power moves, in parenting.
well, and I mean, you also have the advantage that Halloween is every 4 years near Election Day. So if you have for presidential election things, so kids will dress up as their candidate because their parents told them to, and it's
Yeah.
cool. And yet little John McCain's walking around.
Were you a little John McCain?
My mom was Sarah Palin. I was John McCain. I was also George Bush, President Lincoln.
Oh wow.
Not great.
Yeah, well, so the thing is, though, is that all you need is like a suit and a tie.
And well,
and then maybe a campaign sticker or something.
I had masks.
Oh, so yes,
Yes,
I remember the
I
mask.
remember the mask.
Yes.
Somebody
Yes.
stole my Reagan mask while we were in college, and
Oh man,
which makes sense.
yeah.
Nobody wanted Bush or anything else. But
Yeah, I remember actually Dylan posted a video on Facebook of him dropping
Yeah.
while wearing the McCain mask.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
It's a classic video.
Yeah.
It's a classic
Yeah,
video.
I was.
Uh,
Yeah, I
and we
did-
had that picture. We were all at the end of our hall,
Yeah.
and everyone was dressed up in the mask. So
Yeah.
I mean, when
It's
I
an
got
easy-
when I got older, it turned into more of a joke than it was.
Yeah.
When I was young, my parents were like, "Oh, you should just do that."
Yeah, I think it is a little manipulative, but the thing is, at the same time, Halloween costumes I think are a little over. I mean, as a guy who put a lot of effort into his this year, I think Halloween costumes are a bit overblown as
Yeah.
far as like how important. Well, I mean, for some kids they're really important, right? But if they're not important for the kid, then just whatever makes
Yeah.
whatever makes it work.
But then you have it where you have to go. You buy a pre-made costume,
Yeah.
or you like make your own. And I like the ones that make their own because they're creative. Like they
Yeah.
try. You have to find the right pieces. Like I found this jacket on eBay and
yeah,
went to store, bought that. I didn't want to plug in
a lot of effort.
a
Went
lot
to
of
store.
Went to
went
Dick's Sporting
store,
Goods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bought a football.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tough.
Well, and I'm wearing a different costume tonight. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
for the ladies out there,
Yeah.
he's dressing as a different Sean Astin.
it's not Samwise Gamgee.
Yeah,
That one. See, and that's the other one. I want to do that one.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make that my goal for next year. It's just
See, here's the thing.
you got to do it right.
Hard to obtain goals important,
Yeah.
right? You got to have something to strive for.
like
And
dressing up as a hobbit.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you've got that. You've got something.
It's hard for you to wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and go to work unless you have goals.
Mhm.
Something that you can check off.
Yeah.
And you ordering that cloak, getting a brooch in the mail. Those are all things that make it worth living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little by little.
Little by little.
Mhm.
Because otherwise,
In a way, it's his own trip to Mordor, right? His own journey. And
One costume.
I saw
to
actually,
rule 'em all.
this is a weird life hack that I saw the other day that I thought was kind of cool.
life
right?
hacks with Shad.
For the Hobbit
The
feet,
goblin.
for the Hobbit feet, get some Crocs, put some socks over the Crocs,
Hmm.
and then draw on the socks.
Actually, I like that.
Makes your feet big and weird,
Yeah,
and then you
nice.
draw little feet on them. And that way you don't have to walk around barefoot.
I was just gonna buy like flip flops or Birkenstocks.
In October, your little toesies are going to get coldsies.
Yeah.
What, you know what I'm wearing tonight?
Yeah. Your little nipsies are going to be coldsies.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Well, as I was talking to Bert about this last night, that's going to be his greatest challenge, right?
Yeah,
Is-
it's remaining warm.
Yes, and remaining warm, and also watching nipplage, right? Being careful about where those things are pointing and how they're operating is all I'm going to say. I won't go into much more detail than that.
If I take care of being warm, the other one gets a little bit better.
Okay.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. That's very
Yeah.
accurate.
There's a
Very-
ranking of priority tonight.
So wait, you were presidents as a kid? Anything else interesting?
I mean, I was a young kid, and I was Barney. Like
Wow.
Multiple years in a row.
Okay.
I remember that was like preschool. I remember that it was cool because they had the tail.
Oh yeah, it was cool.
No, it
Yeah.
was cool. It was cool.
It was cool.
It
Oh,
was cool.
okay.
I don't know what you were, but
dude,
it was pretty cool.
Well, I was actually Samwise Gamgee, so
No, can I borrow your cloak?
When
and
you were in
everything
second
else?
grade.
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah,
It'll fit
it's
me in a hobbit
yeah,
size.
Yeah.
exactly.
Now, I remember being a hobbit one year. That was cool. Our mom made the costume. Thanks, Mom. I remember being
see how far downhill it is when you're not helping Shad with his costume.
I remember us being like nerds on 20 occasions because all it took was just like rolling your sleeves up and wearing bad glasses. A lot of low effort.
It was very low.
My favorite is just being like a type of guy. Like I'm a jock. You're like, okay, whatever.
My best costume though, when I realized that I'm not
Yeah.
gonna keep doing the president stuff because I really didn't like it, was I went my last year trick or treating. I think I was in 8th grade, and I went as a old Cubs fan. I had this really cool old mask, and I had a huge jersey. I was able.
So you just got Cubs merch?
No.
Wait, did you like kiss an icon of Mike Ditka or something?
Carried a piece of ivy in my hand
Yeah.
and the ball. No, I had a sign that hung around my neck and it said, "I'm still waiting." This was
Ah.
pre-2016. And in the Chicago area, everybody loved it. I got so much candy that year. I walked out with 13 pounds.
Wow.
Wow, that's like the size of a child.
Yeah, my friend and I.
Are
made
you
it-
like one of those freaks that carries around the pillowcase?
Those
that year-
freaks, those disgusting
weirdos?
Yeah.
degenerates.
Yeah, so I go home and we had
Or you
to
did multiple trips, like you dropped
multiple
off the
trips.
candy and
Yeah.
came back.
because a pillowcase gets really hard to carry when it gets
So
close to
how the hell
13
are you
pounds.
supposed to eat that? I remember getting like a good candy haul one year and sitting down and like munching on a quarter of it and just throwing up. Like how would
on the other corner?
Yeah.
No, there was a dentist in town who had this great thing where
where if you gave him candy, he would give you money.
yeah, and he would give the candy to the troops overseas, so it was $1 per pound.
So you got 13 whole bucks.
I kept 5 pounds.
So wait, what did you do with your?
I can just imagine looking.
What did you do with
at
your $8?
What candy? I'm just kidding.
I would just imagine
Yeah.
looking at a 5-pound ball of candy and then imagining that in your stomach.
no. But then you're like, yeah, that's enough for me to take home. But 5 pounds seems like the right amount that I should take back.
yeah, it seems it's nice round.
You gave him all the Laffy Taffies.
I gave him all the worst stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, troops.
Somebody wasn't thinking about his trips.
I like the idea of somebody in Fallujah opening and just being like, "Son of a bitch, nothing but banana Laffy Taffy."
Oh,
and then it says from Brant on it.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
says, "When I get back home."
this
Man.
is not what I'm fighting for.
Brant at that moment had to, for the first time in his life, root for the terrorists.
Mono, maim, with an axe, spooky, scary.
Frickin' Sammy Roberts, what are you doing? How you doing? How you feeling?
Doing good. Still a little jet lagged.
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
back. So, I'm back.
Yeah, he's back from Helsinki, of all places.
I went to hell.
Yeah.
Sinky.
Good. So
so
yeah,
you were in
how did
Finland.
this even happen? What was the
multiple
impetus?
people across the past week have asked me, "Oh, what made you want to go to Finland?" I'm like, I'm still asking myself that question. But a friend of ours, Dean Sinclair, a Monomaniacs alum,
Yeah, yeah.
said, "Hey, I need something to look forward to in my life, and you have round trip tickets for $400 from O'Hare." And so that's kind of what decided it. And I got a few high school friends to go and made it cheap, and it was a good time.
I got that call too. I'm really bummed I wasn't able to take it. Oh, Brant is nodding. He also got that call. I feel like that.
I didn't get that call. And now it's fine. It's cool. We're good. We're still buds. Regardless.
Yeah.
We're working through it.
But if you're listening to this and you're not,
Rip.
yeah. So you went to Helsinki. You flew on Air Finn.
Finnair.
Finnair.
Oh, come
okay,
on,
my
Chad.
bad.
Come on, Chad, yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I like to imagine a Finn flapping his arms, so that's where I went with Air Finn. But
Yeah.
Finnair, and what's Finnair like?
It was the best international flight I've ever been on.
Oh, yeah?
Because I thought it was going to suck because it's a basic economy and you can't bring more than 15 pounds of luggage on the plane.
Oh wow!
So
Just in
like,
total?
I just like packed 2 pairs of pants and a shirt, almost very light. But then they didn't check any of the bags when we were actually there. I think it's just a threat. But then the flight was mostly empty too. So like,
Yeah.
I was just able to spread out. There was some old guy lying down across a middle row of seats.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And it was just nice. They had like all these cameras all over the plane where you could look out any side of the plane at any time.
Oh, cool. So like
Um,
you had the screen in front of you and you could look out.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
that's
Like, I had a
awesome.
camera on the nose so you could watch it during takeoff
Oh,
and
cool.
the pilot's HUD and everything. So it was
that sounds like. Well, is it actually where the pilot's looking at any given time? Like he's got a camera. I was like, that doesn't sound like a good idea.
He's
It's
like,
like,
look, look, all right,
it's not
so-
the GoPro.
Yeah, he's like, look, all right, we're gonna have to stop asking stewardesses to go. So you were gaming while flying. You were looking at
Exactly,
the
yeah,
heads-up
yeah.
display.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's cool. That's like sci-fi. I've never heard of anything like that.
No, it was, and you could. It was. I'd never seen this sort of technology before, and it had this like
A camera,
interactive-
you mean?
Exactly. Yeah, well, I'm from Kentucky,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's news to me. But like, they also had they could go all over the globe, and they had city guides for different cities. So I was reading about what to do in Tashkent.
Yeah.
So on the off chance you could go there. so,
what is there to do in Tashkent?
not much. Just you go to Tashkent to say that you've been to Tashkent.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. All right, so you fly out. So what about like the food or anything? Do they have food on the flight?
they do. It was pretty good as far
Pickled
as airline
herring?
food's good. They give you 2 like. Not mini bottles of wine. They're like kind of like this tall. Well, they
2
give
whole
you
bottles?
one, and they go,
Oh.
"Do you want another?" And you're like, "Sure." I mean,
Why
it's
not?
Finnair.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And you were telling me earlier that they only drink to like get drunk. The Finns.
Yeah. Well, the stereotype of the Finns is that they're the hardest drinkers in Europe. if you actually look at the statistics, they don't drink that much more alcohol than other Europeans do, but
Yeah.
it's all about when they drink it. Like the Finns, I think will be pretty sober throughout the week, and then on Friday and Saturday they just like are absolutely trashed. Like I was telling Shad, I got on a bus and this guy climbs on and like walks. There's like a hanging pole, smacks his head into it such that his head bends sideways. He doesn't even flinch and just keeps hiccuping. And then he gets off the train, runs around, and gets on the front of the train. So it was actually a train instead of a bus, and just hiccuping the whole way. And the Finns are just silently looking back. And then when he gets off, they all chortle. Appropriately, modestly.
Modestly,
So,
a modest chortle.
modest chortle.
Yeah, it's like an American reading shouts and murmurs.
Yeah.
a modest chuckle, a
Yes.
sensible chuckle.
Yes,
as it were.
Yeah.
Okay, so you fly in. So what kind of sights did you see in fair Finland? The country with a white flag with blue on it.
Well, the thing when you go to Helsinki, you learn there's not a ton to do in Helsinki either. 'Cause Helsinki is a very new city. It was built as a copy of St. Petersburg, so it's kind of a copy of what was already a manufactured city.
Yeah.
And it just really, if you look at the history of Finland, it was just very undeveloped until the 19th century. Really, when the Russians took over and they built
I'm sure
up
they don't
Helsinki
like
and-
that.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, Finland has a really complicated relationship with Russia, which we saw in the museum. Is
Well,
that
they also had a whole civil war over it.
Indeed, but in the latter part of the 20th century, they essentially it was called Finlandization. You might know about it, but they kind of were closer to the Soviet Union than the other Scandinavian countries. And so in the National Museum, their Russian history is emphasized. Like there's whole floors dedicated to it, but there's barely anything on their Swedish history, even though Sweden ruled Finland for 600 years. And there's this big tension in Finland between the Finns and the Swedish Finns, and they go to different schools or different languages. So it's I think it's dying down, as these things do with the newer generations.
Because
but
like the
still
ethnic Finns are, like people who they were the reindeer herders, right?
yeah.
What are the Laplanders? Is that
Yes,
That's correct,
Yes, well,
right?
It's called Lapland, but like
Yeah.
now Lap is considered derogatory.
Oh,
So,
okay,
yeah.
my bad.
Now they're
I-
the Sami.
Yeah,
people,
I didn't
so.
mean to do a slur.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it was Mr.
Uh-oh,
Mr.
Shad's gonna do a
Goblin,
slur.
Mr. Goblin Blackface.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to use the term Lap. Yeah.
I used a obscure racial slur. What am I capable of next? One of my 3 riddles. Riddle number 1. What is a racial slur? Riddle number 1. I will record you saying the N-word. Only then will you pass my bridge. You better not get too famous. So my bad. Sorry about that. So so you're exploring Finland. So you're talking about this kind of complicated history there. What else was sort of shown at that museum? Because I'd be curious. It's a national museum, is what you say.
Yes. Well, they have like a prehistoric section downstairs, and then it kind of immediately jumps to Russia. And the way I was reading this book about Finland, the way the guy articulated, and this was borne out, it's like the Finns often talk about things like they define themselves via negations. They're like, we're not Swedes, we're not Vikings, we're not really Europeans. And the way they talked about artifacts, like they would always say, like, even this Roman coin made it even into Finland. Can you believe it? It actually made it into Finland. And it was, so they they're very self-conscious about their isolation.
Yeah.
Like they'll simultaneously complain, why does no one come to Finland or do these things? It's a little far away, a little isolated.
Yeah.
But also kind of proud in a very restrained way. They won't gloat about themselves. Like they like Finland, but they won't talk about it either.
All
So,
right. Yeah, there's essentially hipsters. They're trying to keep it low on the down low.
Essentially.
Yeah, where you can still get round trip tickets from O'Hare for $400.
Totally, yeah. They take pride in their saunas, though. The saunas, the one we went to, there's more saunas than cars in Finland. But it was
Is that where the national, like the world champion is? Is
Yes.
like the Finnish guy?
well,
Yeah.
apparently a few years ago in the World Championships, one of the competitors died,
Yeah,
and he was
but-
a Russian. So
It's that weak Russian blood.
Exactly, yeah. But the one we were at has stairway next to it down to the Baltic, where after you left the sauna, you went down the stairs and jumped into the Baltic Sea. And so it was that was a trip.
They said it's good for your blood flow. Is from what I've heard.
Yeah. Jellyfish floated by as I was there. I'm like, what are you doing here?
I don't really imagine a jellyfish in the Baltic.
No, I didn't know those existed up there. But
Imagine dying to a jellyfish at the Baltic after a sauna trip.
He was zapped to death.
Yes, in the Baltic Sea.
In the Baltic
Which
Sea,
actually is kind of a poetic way for Sammy to have died.
Yeah.
You know, I think we would all be like, that's a tragedy, but also that's actually pretty cool. It's
he
cool
would
as
have
hell.
he would have wanted it this
Yeah,
way.
exactly.
Go to his funeral in Helsinki.
Yeah.
We couldn't get
Burial at sea,
we-
Viking funeral.
Get surrounded by jellyfish.
Yeah.
Man. So, what? Well, okay, just in the spirit of the Halloween, then, right? Of the spectacular.
Wow,
Did
such low effort.
Yeah,
on the
did-
spectacular.
Did you learn anything spooky in Helsinki?
Spooky about the Finns. We went to a
They're all
we went to a
depressed.
concert with the Dance with the Dead,
Oh,
which
so
was
you-
a very spooky time.
Yeah. You went to a dance metal concert.
Yeah, like electronic metal. But we get there and everyone's dressed like completely in black with skulls and Satan and pentagrams on their shirts, and I show up wearing my I was
One of
wearing
two
my
shirts.
De Nicola Center for Ethics and Culture T-shirt because it was the darkest T-shirt that I owned.
Yeah.
And so
Yes, ethics and culture are truly dark.
yeah. So who was really the spooky one? there?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
They're
Who knows
like,
what I'm
"Oh."
capable of?
Yeah. So, wait, did you know you were going to the concert? Like,
Yes.
Okay, and you didn't have anything to wear. Or you
I
didn't
did
buy
not have a
anything?
darker shirt than that. It was a 15-pound bag, man. I don't know
Yeah,
what's
you're
supposed
right.
back.
So how did the Finns, throw down at a concert?
They have to be instructed to throw down.
Yeah.
So the good lead guitarist was like motioning around with his finger to get them to mosh. Like they wouldn't do it before that though. They would just
Yeah.
kind of dance in place. So
Beautiful. Yeah.
But they did mosh when instructed. So the drummer who knew Dean and got us in for free told us the Germans didn't even do that. They just stood there the whole time with their arms crossed silently. And then after the concert, they were effusive. But they're like, "Oh, we thought in the moment you hated it, but no, they're just there to listen."
Wait, did you hang in the green room?
No, he came out and talked to us.
okay,
so,
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
He lives with his parents. He's our age.
Yeah.
But he was just got done with like a month-long tour of Europe with Dance with the Dead. He was a touring drummer. So
Yeah.
Wow. To think that you would look really good at a green room, Shad, right now.
I guess I would.
What is this pair of headphones floating in the space before me? Is there an invisible goblin in here?
An invisible goblin?
Editor replace. Editor
Can't see me.
replace Shad with John McCain. Wow, John McCain's on the podcast. Crazy.
I'm dead. I'm dead, John McCain.
The greatest of bits. Oh goodness, how are we doing on time?
Wait, what? We're 11 minutes in.
Oh,
No, yeah.
I thought we had gone longer. It's my. It's my
No.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can't see from where you
No,
are?
I can't. My eyesight's that bad. Yeah, can't even see from this distance.
Columbo.
Yeah,
Yeah, Columbo.
just got to take out my reading glasses for this kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a Columbo bit?
No, I was just very clearly stating.
Actually,
that
can you do your Columbo for us right now?
you can't- you-
Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the crime. Sammy has murdered me, a goblin.
Okay.
All right. And he is an expensive art collector. And I was a goblin attempting to steal his art and put it in my goblin chest. Right.
Okay,
And now you're accusing him at the end of the show. Right. We've known the whole time, of course, it's Columbo, that he was the one who committed this murder.
Okay. And at the end, this is me telling him, like, fully, like, you are the murderer.
Well,
and I've
Sam,
caught
you can ask questions to Sammy. Sammy can answer them.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right, right,
Well,
right.
okay. So many limitations to work
Yeah.
with.
I might just cut this entire lead up and just have it.
Hey, all I'm
smash
saying
cut.
is we have stand your ground laws in Goblin Land.
Welcome to Goblin Land. Yeah, here
right,
money is feces.
or the other way around, I guess. All right. Okay. We gonna do this?
In order to enter, I'm gonna need that N-word tape. It's like having 1 billion feces. It's worth its weight in gold.
Goodness. All right. Well, I was looking at this painting that you have here, and I gotta say, devouring your son, it's something I resonate with on some level with my kids, but I don't think I'd ever go that far. But some people do go far for that kind of thing, don't they?
I suppose so.
Yeah. Well, my wife told me once that it's important when looking at a piece of art to see the subtext. And when I first met you, I saw a lot of subtext in you. You exude this beautiful energy of exquisiteness. Can I say that? Does that work in this situation? Exquisite. See,
It's
I
a
don't
fine
know.
piece of art.
I don't know these big words.
I'm a demanding man.
You know why we brought you here today?
No.
It's a little late in the game to lie, George. A little late in the game.
I'm not lying, and my name's not George.
Listen, I don't care what your name is. That day, I knew the moment you walked through the door that it was you.
mostly it was the green paint on your hands. You made one mistake, which was that green paint on your hands. Through my whole investigation, it was that one thing in the back of my mind. Where did the green paint come from? And then it hit me. A goblin. You know, I hate to do this. You are a artistic man. It's gonna be sad to lose your impact on. You know, I've learned a lot about fine art in my investigation today, and let's just say that I really hope that your works become more famous when you're in jail.
All I wanted were his ears.
Da da.
Da-da.
End of episode.
Yeah, the door slams open. I'm alive! You think you can kill a goblin? Takes more than a couple of hands to kill this guy. Yeah, I'm a weird little dude.
Goodness, man, is it like cringe that I know who Columbo is just in general as a 20-something in the year of our Lord
Yes.
2022? We're getting mixed feelings over here.
I don't think it is because it's now like a thing.
Yeah.
It's like an ironic joke to like Columbo.
Oh, really?
Which he's into it because his wife's into it, but
Okay.
with dressing up because your wife wanted you to dress up a certain way.
Well, at least I put effort into my costume. So, you know,
Oh,
I
no.
put work into
You know what I
it.
was last year? Last year, because I'm a firm believer that when you get married or you're dating, you the primary effort of couples costumes goes on your spouse or girlfriend, right? It's the girlfriend's job, right? To be like, we should be this, and you're like, okay, well then you make sure that happens, right? And so I've been trying to do this with my wife for 2 years now. Last year we dressed in a couple's costume. I don't think we'd actually ever done it before. And she was like, I don't know. I guess I could be the sun and you could be a lizard basking on a rock. And so that's what I was last year. I was a lizard basking on a rock.
Wow.
There was no face paint involved. It was just a T-shirt and then another T-shirt wrapped around my head like a do-rag. And I was a lizard.
I think for last year, I just wore this hat and I carved this beautiful jack-o'-lantern and no trick-or-treaters came. We had one stormtrooper. We had one stormtrooper.
Oh, wow.
That was it.
Did he knock on the door, ask if there was any Jedi?
Yeah. Under the floorboards. No, his
Go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was just say his mom knocked on the door for him too.
Okay. Well, so you actually have to. We haven't actually talked about your costume, which I feel like we've done with everybody else. So you're a
Dressed
cowboy.
like this, yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about your outfit.
I bought this hat and this jacket when I was on a road trip in Santa Fe one time, like I said, for a bit. When else am I going to have this? And then I bought this bandana at a gas station this morning.
Nice.
Because they're really hard to find in
Well,
Meijer,
where's your
but they're easily
piece?
to find. Oh, it's upstairs on the table.
Oh, what? We do the whole show.
Somebody go grab the piece.
Yeah.
Come on.
We have to do a shot of you shooting the audience.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It was something really intense.
Gonna hide my identity.
Hide your identity. At
Yeah.
that.
No, but I'm a big Halloween fan. All thanks, even if I didn't dress up, like I really love the holiday. And my parents, it was kind of my parents had the relationship to Halloween like Harry Potter. They weren't opposed to me doing it, but they would grumble about it. They're like, yeah, you can read that or you can do that, but whatever.
Yeah, we for
So-
years we went to the Harvest Festival.
Yeah.
We didn't celebrate Halloween.
No.
Which now that I think about it is why we didn't really do costumes often. But we
No.
didn't celebrate Halloween for a long time.
Yeah.
Until it just became it's just lame. You know? Like I think Halloween, it's not to disparage a holiday.
Well, I
you
like
enjoy.
handing out candy to the kids. That's what I like.
Yes,
Yeah, I like
yes.
seeing all the costumes they come
Which
up
we
with.
actually
and-
I gotta
yeah.
buy some candy because it's gonna be he's sliding it across the table. Is Columbo
you still want to murder that goblin? Do you still want to do it? This is the
There are
opportunity.
cleaner ways
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he has a piece now. Yeah.
wow. Wow. So
I had caps in it this morning. I'm
Oh,
like, I
really?
had to take those out.
Oh, that would have been awesome. I would love to have you shoot a cap gun off on live radio.
yeah.
Yeah, right in the microphone.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Actually, they're in the car. You're going to come downstairs when we're recording.
No,
the next
they're right
segment.
here.
Oh,
Dude. Loaded ammunition.
That's what we do. So next up is Luke and DJ. What you should do is you should have that and just shoot it at a random time.
That way, there's a constant anticipation. Win or will he
Not shoot a cap gun
Yes.
in a
Just
small
sitting
room.
in the back of the room, just like,
Can you play cap Russian roulette?
if you poke out the individual caps, I bet you can. Because, like,
Or you could shoot like 5 of them.
yeah.
And
Man,
then
should we play cap gun Russian roulette after this?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think we
yeah,
should
so.
film
Yeah,
ourselves
yeah,
playing
yeah.
Capcom Russian Roulette. everybody's nodding their heads. So
Yeah.
stay tuned after for Capcom Russian.
Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon exclusive. Who knows? But Capcom Russian Roulette would be great. We have an Old West guy, Post Malone, Columbo, Rudy, a Dracula, and Helsing, and we're all gonna play a Capcom.
And a goblin.
You forgot the most important.
The most important of them all, a goblin. I kind of love occupying weird little guy.
as a genre.
As a
Yeah.
genre.
Yeah.
Because part of being dressing up for Halloween, I think what makes it so much fun is that you're in the mind space. You get it for a while. This is what people who are into cosplay always say. It's like, I get to play the person. It's like, calm down. but for Halloween, you get to do so, and I'm excited. I kind of wish I bought a bald cap now that I think about it.
Oh yeah.
A green bald
Or
cap,
green swimming cap.
a green swimming cap or something to add to the goblin
aesthetic,
mystique.
yeah.
But actually, maybe this is more like a incremental thing. This year I'm a goblin. Next year I'm a better goblin.
You're a hobgoblin.
And every year I become a better goblin until
okay.
I purposely saw my legs off. I'm small,
Yeah.
I go full on. I actually start getting plastic surgery. To
You have a
myself.
tunnel system around your house. that you
Yes.
sit around in.
Exactly.
You're emaciated. You
Yeah.
don't eat anything for days.
Somebody comes and knocks on the door. They're like, "Can I see Shad?" And Becca's like, "Honey, somebody wants to see you." Right? There's a little hatch that opens up in the floor, and I'm like, "Hey,
Are you here for my treasure?
Are you here for my treasure?" No, I'd like you to sign a petition. Oh, I've got a thing.
So you basically become the guy from Basket Case.
Yes,
basically. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly. No, which nobody knows about Basket Case. I feel like Basket Case, a stupid movie, but it's a great idea.
Well, the sequel's even crazier.
yeah, well,
too.
there's
Like,
three of them too.
The third one's like completely like disconnected.
It's like a
So-
comedy thing,
yeah.
but no, Basket Case is a wild movie. You know what Basket Case is?
Yes. One of the classic crazy little man kind of.
Yeah. So for people who don't know, it's about a pair of Siamese twins, or I guess conjoined twins is the proper way to say that. But a pair of-
First lap. Now Siamese.
I'm sorry. I don't
Goblin
understand.
gets canceled.
Yeah. Top 10 Goblin cancellations.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Monomaniac's Goblin. After eliciting an N-word tape, the Goblin proceeds to say 2 racial slurs.
Anyway, these conjoined twins get cut apart at birth, and then there's just one guy who looks normal, and then his twin, who is this like weird growth that's nothing but a couple of arms and a head, basically, just attached, right? And he lives in a basket. And they go around and they're attempting to take revenge on the doctors that separated them because they were happier when they were together. But the little Basket Case guy is just made of rubber and is very unthreatening.
Yeah, Stu Arms. He just like jumps on people.
Yeah.
It's just someone off screen throwing
Throwing
the
him.
puppet on
Yeah,
someone.
throwing the
But
puppet at
that's
him.
the thing about like the late 70s, like through the 80s. There's just a ton of like one-off shoestring. Now that one did get a few sequels, but there's other ones that like, I think maybe were intended to be one-offs.
Yeah.
That like are just super fun in their own way, just because
Yeah.
they had no money to make these things.
Yeah.
They like shot it in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and-
a lot of full moon picture movies are like that. They're a
Yeah,
ton
yeah,
of
yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Ma, no, mean. X.
Before you got here, we were talking about what to do with deaf people.
Oh, it's true.
I was wondering,
Like
if you,
in society?
yeah. I was wondering if you actually have a take related to this, because what we said is that we should give deaf people houses next to airports and hospitals.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't think that it would separate them too much and make
No.
them? No.
If we got like a deal, like a
Yeah. You get a sweet deal on an apartment in a
Yeah.
place that's super loud.
yeah, or like under trains.
Under trains. Yeah. Under trains.
Yeah, I like that. How about we put them in trains?
Yeah. What if we just dig like a little mole tunnel, right? And then we put all the deaf people there under the trains. It's under the subway, actually.
Yeah.
No, I'd be down.
Okay, cool.
You'd be down for that?
I would.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like you to be the spokesperson then for my new policy.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have near me right now an actual deaf person who's going to support my every policy.
Look at my deaf person.
Look at my deaf person. Look at him. He's looking great. So you're down.
I'm down.
Okay. Cool. I like that. I like
Right,
that. So today we have Luke and DJ. We've got Luke is Dracula, who's had too much blood.
Yeah.
How you feeling over there?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Are those glasses for like for an aesthetic look or for other reasons?
It's for a hangover.
Yeah. So wait, were you just on the blood? Who are you sucking blood from then yesterday?
You were there.
Oh yeah. So what? What?
Oh, from Joel?
no, I'm
no.
saying.
Oh, are you talking about people?
Yeah, I'm talking about people. Like, were you
Gotta
like?
get
Was
into
it?
the
Was it?
character.
Yeah, in
Oh,
character.
in
Yeah. Was it like various barons? You know, was it
a couple squirrels here and there.
a
rabbits.
squirrels? Oh,
okay.
so you do animals?
Oh no, sometimes.
Oh, only sometimes.
Okay.
Oh, but
You
don't, like-
prefer human blood, right?
Yes.
don't like certain vampires though? They like throw up after having animals because it's too dirty because they have like blue
Yeah,
blood. You know? Are you not like that? Are you like
No,
a,
that's
you're
why I
a,
was
you're a
throwing up this morning.
Oh,
Okay.
You were
Okay.
doing
So you were
the-
so desperate.
yeah,
Yeah.
you were doing
And let me
raps.
tell you, I really do appreciate that you did have blood before you came here because
Otherwise-
it'd be kind of uncomfortable if you were like in a bloodlust while you were sitting next to me. You know,
Yeah.
I would feel unsafe. So it's good of you. Yeah, dude. And DJ, what are you supposed to be?
Well, he says I'm
Van Helsing.
Wolverine guy.
Yeah.
Is that your only reference to Van Helsing? Is a Hugh Jackman movie?
Which I've seen about 20 minutes of, and it's rough.
Yeah, no, I actually
Great
have seen the
movie.
movie.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
Why you say? What makes you say so?
It's vampires,
Yeah.
werewolves.
That's all the ingredients of a great film. Do you like
Dr.
Underworld?
Jekyll.
Yeah, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde are at the start of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the opening set piece is Van Helsing fighting Mr. Hyde in Notre Dame. It's a silly set piece.
not age well. No.
Wait,
man.
in like Indiana, or like the actual?
At the actual
okay.
place. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
they were at South Bend, Indiana.
Yeah.
they're having
They were
a
at the
fight.
stadium.
Yeah, they were fighting in front of Touchdown Jesus.
A great set
Yeah,
piece.
where are the AAA blockbuster action films that feature the Midwest? You know, I want explosions of great Midwestern architecture, like the Lansing Capitol Building.
The Michigan, Senate chambers.
I don't know, all these great pieces of Midwestern architecture.
The Chicago police station.
Oh,
that kind of thing.
yeah.
I'd love to see those explode.
What Brit?
Dark Knight.
No, The Dark
Oh,
Knight.
yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's Detroit, I guess. Oh, it's
Chicago.
supposed no.
No.
Gotham's supposed to be Detroit.
I thought it was New York.
I thought it was Chicago, and I thought they filmed.
It's
In
not
the-
really film, but it's Chicago is Gotham.
It's Chicago is Gotham.
No, because it was before Chicago was crazy.
No, Metropolis is supposed to be New York.
Yeah.
Gotham's in New Jersey.
Metropolis is in New Jersey?
No, Gotham is.
Oh, Gotham is in New Jersey, place-wise, but there is no. It's not Hoboken.
Yeah.
Goodness. Do you guys know that Rutgers is there? Wild. I drove by Rutgers, and that place terrible. Looks
I
terrifying.
have no idea what Rutgers is.
I don't either.
It's a college, and it's the state college in New
Oh.
Jersey. They don't have like Jersey State or whatever. They have
Yeah.
Rutgers.
Rutgers. Okay.
Yeah,
Did it exude like a dark vampiric
it did. And I've
energy?
met guys who went to Rutgers and tell me, yeah, they're dangerous people, very dangerous people, vampire-esque,
Okay.
I would
yeah.
say.
Yeah. Truly.
and that they were annoying as hell.
Yeah. Goodness. So,
What's new
yeah.
with
what's
the
going on?
vampire
Oh.
and the vampire hunter?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
You finally got that?
It's all coming together, guys.
Um,
The vibe is continuing.
Yeah.
Anything to report on like the Lost Mary front?
I
Like
mean, we
what's
just
going on with
got-
that?
We just got back from Helsinki.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Tell us about Helsinki. What do you think about the Finns?
Yeah, they're cool people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good blood.
Gaps? No, wait. What's the word? What's the word?
Yeah. Laps.
Laps. Yeah.
I had to say one. The bird has been freed, so
You're like, I'm not even gonna say a specific thing about them. I'm just gonna say
Yeah.
the word.
Goodness. So yeah, you were in Helsinki. How was the food? Just in general.
to be honest, I couldn't hear him enough to really steal all his.
The
So-
food wasn't good.
Oh, it wasn't good.
No, I don't think so.
It
wasn't
The
Yeah, he would
saunas
know.
were nice.
Yeah.
The saunas.
Yeah.
You heard about the
saunas.
saunas.
Apparently, there's
Jellyfish.
more saunas than cars out there.
Yeah,
Whoa,
that's what
really?
people are telling me
That's
about
an interesting
Helsinki.
fact. That's an
Yeah.
interesting fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where'd you learn that? Were you in the
When we
Ripley's?
were, when we were in Helsinki.
Oh, okay. You
Yeah.
counted all the saunas.
I thought Helsinki was in Hawaii.
Malakaliki Maka. So wait, Helsinki's in Hawaii?
I thought so.
What
Wait, did you
about
guys just go to Hawaii and think you were in Helsinki in Finland?
You're like, the thing about the Finns is they love poke. Have you been to a Finnish hula?
Wait, what's my character's name again?
Van Helsing.
Van
You could be Van Helsinki.
We found it, guys.
We found the bit. Wow, it took us 20 minutes, but we're here, baby.
Oh goodness. No,
Okay.
I do want to say I'm very happy for Lost Mary as a brand. And in its listenership.
Yeah, you guys have
Great
seen
numbers
a lot
going
of,
through.
a lot of
Oh,
listens
yeah.
on
And
that.
I would say it's probably the Monomaniacs effect, that caused this.
That's what people say.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. Is that,
I see that.
you being on the show has put you on an upward trajectory from
Thank
the
you.
fame perspective.
Yeah,
We appreciate you guys having us on.
Yeah.
really. You don't sound like you do.
Lordy.
How late were you up last night? As a vampire, actually, you should
Past
say all
5.
night.
Past 5.
Past
And I
5.
put on an alarm for 10:30
Yeah.
because I was going to be here at 11. And I woke up at 10:30 and I forgot why I put on the alarm. And I didn't know if I was still drunk or really hungover.
Yes, it's a real Sophie's choice.
I feel like you're partying like a rock star when you're not a rock star. You are a musician, certainly, and
Yeah.
a successful one by some metrics. But being like, yeah, I drank until 5 a.m. and then showed up on a podcast.
My head kills right now.
Yeah.
Goodness. Wow, dude.
I'm trooping though.
You're trooping.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you have the you have the wherewithal to keep going despite everything.
Honestly, you're a stronger person than I, in a lot of ways.
He would have canceled.
Yeah.
He would have chickened out.
Really?
Yeah, I would have been like,
Wow.
all these people that are going to come record today, I don't care about it. I
All
don't
right,
care about
so-
their lives.
So I'm thinking that since we've been trying to get spookiness out of every one of our guests and it's failed so far.
Yeah.
So do you guys have any sort of spooky stories that you want to share with us in the audience?
Yeah. Any ghost sightings, anything paranormal?
They have something to say, but they're not comfortable.
I know, because it's a long story.
Well, it's fine. We can make time for it.
But nah.
Yeah.
Wait, you gonna tease me like that and not
No, I
tell
mean,
the story?
Back in college,
Yeah.
Okay, but
Will
you
you-
gotta tell it good. You gotta tell it good.
well, we got to truncate it.
yeah.
We lived in a house called the Donnybrook,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to go? I just can't talk right now.
What do you got, Deej?
Wait, are we allowed? Okay. I was gonna say, are we allowed to swear?
Just go.
Hey, we'll
This-
censor
this
it
house- this
afterwards
house-
if we need to. So just go for it.
This house had like some back history of weird, spooky stuff happening.
Yeah.
Some demonic stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Goblins
we found
trading feces for goods.
deaf people living under the train.
yeah.
And so we found ourselves in a weird, scary predicament.
A demonic predicament.
Mhm.
Mm. What kind of demonic activities?
This guy kept on running around the house with a bed sheet over him, pretending to be a ghost,
Yeah.
and we thought he was actually a ghost.
That's what happened, huh?
Is that really what happened?
No, okay. Well, so make a long story short.
You go boo, boo. You're like
There's a demon in the house. Oh,
So
we
we're-
thought this one guy was possessed.
Yeah, we thought this one
Yeah,
guy was
yeah.
possessed,
Yeah.
and we thought he was like outside of the house trying to come
Break
into
in.
the house.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we had the doors locked or whatever, and we would hear like,
Oh, we smelled smoke.
oh, yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
we smelled like smoke.
It's like
went
2
down,
a.m.
Went down to the
Yeah.
basement where this kid had previously lived.
You're like, I smell smoke.
That's true. We were smoking in the house.
Actually, it wasn't cigarette smoke. It
It
was
was
like
something
It was like
like a
sulfur.
sulfur.
Yeah.
sulfur
yeah.
smell.
So we went
Yeah.
down to the basement. 'Cause that's what you do when you're scared. You go
Yeah.
down to the basement.
Midwestern, very much do that.
Yeah.
And in this room where this person had lived,
Yeah.
it just like reeked of like sulfur, and there's flies everywhere.
Wow.
And there was
Even-
blood on the ground. It turned out
even-
to be wine.
Yeah.
It looked like blood. In the moment, I thought
Yeah.
it was blood.
You missed the part when we first went down there,
Ugh.
and we were making sure the door was locked, and I go to lock the door, and we just boom, right on the glass, just a big smack right on the glass.
Yeah.
Me and DJ shit our pants.
Dude, that was the first time like I ever felt like the fear that just like your guts just like drop.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know. It's crazy.
We ran up the stairs, woke up everyone in the house, told them we have a problem.
Yeah.
So then everyone, because other people in the house heard windows go up and down,
Yeah.
and so we went outside with a baseball bat, a katana, and
A violin bow.
a violin bow.
Oh, okay.
Because it's got bow in the name.
And we're
Was it a boo? It's for the episode. It's for the episode.
Yeah.
we're inching along the side of the house, and we get to the back of the house.
Yeah.
Where we heard the smack right on the window, and the back shed door.
We have like a perfect view of like the back shed, which is like,
Yeah.
30 feet away from us.
It just slams open
And
with a
this is-
huge crash.
It's like a big, heavy metal door.
Yeah.
And it just and there's like no wind.
No wind.
Who stepped out of the?
No one.
No one.
one.
It was,
So
we
we were watching this thing.
like nobody moved. We all just made sure to like focus right on the door
Mm-hmm.
to see if anything came out. And then I got sent back to the house to grab a flashlight, which was terrifying.
Yeah. They sent you to die.
Yeah, because then I was in the house realizing I'm the only one in the house.
Yeah.
But are you?
Yeah.
You would hope so.
But no, nothing happened. Ran back out,
Yeah.
had a flashlight, and we all just like,
Inched. It must have been an hour for us inching.
we just took like one step, and waited.
Were you guys all
so
in single
scared.
file doing big
No, we
tiptoes?
No,
formed a
we
line, a
formed a
wall.
line.
Yeah. There you go.
Who was the Scooby Doo of this group?
Yeah.
Would you say? Of intrepid ghost hunters.
What did Scooby Doo do again?
He eats
Scooby Dooby
things.
Doo.
Yeah. He eats things and he says rut-row. So which one of you is that kind of a person?
Yeah.
I don't think any of us would.
Yeah.
None of you eat things
We-
and or say rut-row? You guys looked at me like I had three heads
Well,
there.
I feel like we were the Scooby and Shaggy, but we
Yeah.
both thought of ourselves as
As-
Fred.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
we thought we were like in
Or
control,
Velma.
Yeah.
but we were probably the Scooby and Shaggy.
Yeah.
So you guys tiptoed up to this shed.
Yeah, we got there and had the flashlight. There was nothing in there. It was just like empty.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're
And
just
that's
like,
yeah. It was
We're just-
insane.
it was bizarre. So we
Yeah.
put him inside the shed and closed the door
What?
because we were trying to recreate.
It was
what
asking for food.
happened. So we had
Forgot
him
about
try to like
Yeah.
hit the door, kick it, run into it, see
Oh,
like
to see if you could swing it
if
open.
we could
Yeah.
make it swing, and we couldn't. It would just like budge like a couple inches.
Damn.
So we're like something with a lot of force flung this thing open. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That was the same night that like Dean took us.
To Finland.
The Dean of Men. We had
Oh.
a secret meeting
Yeah.
in St. Anthony's
With the dean
with the dean.
to be like, our house is haunted.
No, because of other problems. But
He just happened to be there.
He's like, you guys need to stop letting kids drink at your house. And you're like, by the way, it's haunted. He's like, what? Goodness. Well, thank you for that
Yeah.
spooky story.
That was spooky.
It's the scariest thing to happen on this podcast.
By far.
Outside of the pseudo racial slurs.
Yeah.
in reality, it's like a 6-hour story.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
It's a crazy. We could write a book on it.
Mm.
It's intense.
The haunting at
Donnybrook.
Donnybrook.
Ooh, that does sound like a Netflix original.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes. Who would you cast in the Netflix original? Who would be you guys? Who would you cast as yourself?
Sean Bean.
Okay. Sean Bean's a little old.
I'm gonna say Finn
to say
Finn Reithart, the guy who plays the main character in Stranger Things, the main kid in that
Yeah.
plays Luke.
Which
No. Yeah. I think that actually
Which
made a
one's
lot of
he?
sense.
The main kid.
Yeah.
Which one's the main kid in that one?
The scrawny.
the one that you
black-haired
said
kid.
had like really hair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I meant to say Sean Astin.
Yeah. Oh, you think Sean Astin. I think Brant
Sean
would
Bean.
play.
Yeah.
Brant would play DJ.
Yeah.
Except for he'd be like, really comical. He'd be like, "Yeah, guys,
I can't hear a thing.
hear a thing." He's the comic relief.
The whole bit would be like,
man, I can't go in there. Wow.
the door swings open and everybody's like, and you're like, what?
Huh? Did something happen?
Can you do that again? Be great. Brett likes that one.
Yeah.
Listen to that.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Man. Well, thank you guys for coming on.
Yeah.
Great to have you.
Ladies and
I hope
gentlemen,
this doesn't mess up.
welcome to the Long Maniacs Halloween
Annual
Russian roulette extravaganza.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna go in a circle. Okay.
Thank you.
He just spun your luck.
So will more than one of us die here?
It seems so.
I think only
ideally
one
just
should die.
All right, whoever
Okay.
dies has to drink this tall
There,
boy.
there could be 2 bullets.
I
Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger.
That was barely pointed at your head.
Yeah.
No, gotta keep pulling.
You gotta pull it.
Just
Oh man.
Alright, so
These odds in this thing.
odds
No,
are
no,
not good.
just shoot.
So there's like a 50% chance I get.
No.
They can all be duds.
9.
Did it pop out?
It popped open.
Okay, here we go.
But each day you
I
live.
should
If we go through a round, no one's been shot yet. Everyone has to take 2 shots now.
Okay, sounds good. We're gonna do this all fucking day.
Yeah, take 2.
Take 2. Wow, I'm the first. Great.
Hey!
Yay! I think.
Monomane. Meet Axe Murderer. Spooky, scary.